I am Nick Shell, a certified Enneagram coach. You want to learn more about this stuff? Well, there's a couple things you could do right off. You could click the link to buy this book off of Amazon. Best book on the market. I love this thing. It lives up to the title, The Enneagram Made Easy. Another option, you can take the Enneagram test off of Cloverleaf. There's a link right there. It's free, it takes about 10 minutes. It really will help give you direction on where you're at. Another option, you want to be as crazy as this guy? You can get certified and really dive deep into this stuff. My quality of life has improved so much since I've got certified. There's a link there for that as well. So speaking of taking these tests, here's what I want to say. I want to use this phrase. Operational software. That's what I want to say. Operational software. That's how I see Enneagram personalities. So I want to give you an example. So my wife and my mom are both Enneagram 6, Wing 5. And if to see them in the same room, you wouldn't necessarily know that. Their personalities seem a bit different, to me at least. However, if all the family's together and it's getting time to eat, you'll also see that specifically my mom and my wife are both in the kitchen standing the same way, the same intense look on their face. In certain situations, you'll see it come out and you'll see that. That's the operational software. But to sit down with them in a room, the things that they talk about, maybe their mannerisms, their personal interests may seem completely different. And I think that's important for us to understand about Enneagram. That you can have 10 people in the same room and they can have the exact same Enneagram and the exact same wing and they could act like 10 different people. But internally, they're functioning the same because their operational software is the same program. And here's something I thought of. Let's talk about me. Enneagram 8, the challenger, the protector, with the 7 wing, the enthusiast, the adventurer. Let's pretend I would be this is dark for some reason, but what if there were 100 different people in a prison and they all were Enneagram 8, 7 wing? Okay, what would that look like? Would that be a lot of intensity, right? All these challengers, these 8s that also kind of want to have fun on the side. But the thing is, they wouldn't act all exactly the same, and I'll tell you why. And I've said this in other recent videos as an 8. Part of what 8s do is we read the room. We assess who are the strongest people in the room. Who are my threats? Who are my leaders? Who do I need to challenge? And a lot of times in the room, if I recognize my power is not needed, I just sit back. I'll gladly become a follower or be a follower if I need to. If there's already strong power in place, then yeah, I'll just let order happen and I'll go along with it. It's when there's chaos involved that I will actually have to step up and do that. So let's just imagine this prison scenario. Again, why? I don't know why. I'm 5'9" and 173 pounds. If I were in a prison situation, I wouldn't be the biggest guy there. I would recognize that some of these guys are a lot stronger than me. So I would realize that and in some ways kind of become a follower. It doesn't mean that I'm not an 8-7. It just means in that situation, I'm going to calibrate myself and see where I am. So that's ultimately how Enneagram works. People can seem like on the outside they have completely different personalities. And even as an Enneagram coach, I'd say right now my record is something like 30% of the time, I'm like dead wrong when I guess their Enneagram. Because a lot of times I'm judging it on the personality that I see them as. So maybe they're actually relaxed and they're in their growth personality. So for example, my wife, I thought she was a 9. No, she's a 6, but her growth is a 9. So I have to think of it as what I see may not be exactly what's going on inside a person. Just like a lot of people wouldn't assume that I'm an 8. They wouldn't assume that I'm the challenger. But again, maybe challenger is not the best word. Maybe protector is a better word. Empowerer is a hard word to say. Mentorer, another hard way to say. But yeah, ultimately, it's inside what you can't always see, that operating software. That's what Enneagram actually is. It's not the personality that you necessarily see on the outside. Can you relate to this? Your comments belong right here.